Okay, hello, my name is Lola, and my extra credit presentation is on the microbiome of the skin. So some information on the skin before we go into more details about the microbiome. The skin is the human body's largest organ, and majority of the microorganisms found on the skin are harmless or beneficial. So despite common belief that a lot of the microbiomes on our skin are harmful to us, it's not actually the case. A majority of the microorganisms found on our skin are harmless and even beneficial to us. The microbiome of the skin is composed of not only bacteria, but also fungi and viruses. So when we talk about the microbiome, we're not only talking about the bacteria aspect of it, but also fungi and viruses that come within the microbiome as well. And the microbiome of every person's skin is unique and varies even on some areas of the skin. So no one person's microbiome is the same is basically what that's saying. And so on different areas of the skin, we're going to have completely different microbiomes as well. So for example, the microbiome on like the palm of my hand is completely different than the microbiomes like on the side of my neck. It completely differs. And so functions of the skin microbiome, one of the functions is it helps to form a barrier and protect against foreign pathogens. So for example, S. epidermis and S. hominis secrete antibiotic molecules, which can disrupt the cell membrane of other harmful bacteria. And S. epidermis and S. hominis are both found in the microbiome on the skin. It also helps ensure skin homeostasis. So some of the bacteria in a microbiome secrete free fatty acid that helps in pH regulation, as well as protease secretion. And it also supports the immune system, so first barrier of defense, as well as it produces biofilms and quarantine sensing. So biofilms are like the layer of bacteria that grow on the surface to help perform a protective matrix, and quarantine sensing is the ability to respond to cell population through gene regulation. And these are all functions of the skin microbiome, so you can see how it's very beneficial to us as humans. And so for the composition of the skin microbiome, there are dry areas, and the dry areas are mostly found on the forearm and the palms of the hand. There are also moist areas, which are the more humid areas, and they're found in the armpits, the elbow folds, and the nostrils. And then the oily areas are on the face, chest, and back. And this is important because, like I said before, the areas of the skin are very different in terms of the microbiome. So while viruses are mostly found on the drier areas, they're not really found in moist areas and oily areas. So it's kind of important to know the different areas in the composition of the skin microbiota to determine where certain bacteria and viruses or even fungi are found. So what impacts the skin microbiome? So hormones. So for example, we've talked about in class how the microbiome of the skin of babies are completely different than adults. And a lot of times our hormones play a factor in that, as well as our genes. Also play a factor in that, and then the environment and exposure to UV light, all aspects of the environment can impact our microbiome. Our diet and our medication, these two are probably two of the most important things that impact our microbiome. So that's why we have to be careful for aspects such as like microbial resistance, because certain medications can eliminate our microbiome, and too much elimination of that is actually harmful for us. And how to maintain our skin microbiota, avoid over sanitizing. So like we said before, some of the bacteria on our microbiome are actually good for us. So over sanitizing is actually, it'll do more harm to us than good. Eating a balanced diet, exercising, and avoiding smoking. So smoking can actually negatively impact our microbiome, and studies have shown that. So these are my references, and that is it for my extra credit presentation. Thank you.